It's a battle against time because I can get intruded upon at any moment. So, I'm gonna try and make this video short, but basically, I failed quite drastically this year. But at the same time, there were a lot of ups that I experienced that I guess you could say gave me the courage to come back and I guess talk about my failures and about the new beginnings that I have lined up. Oh. Anyways. Like for one, I lost, I guess you could say, a few relationships that I was quite fond of having. Two individuals that I appreciated being in the company of or having within my company. And that really allowed me to expand in a certain way. It felt necessary afterwards when I reflected upon it. Because a lot of people don't know. There's a part of me that has a certain level of social anxiety simply because after saying so much fucking TikTok and shit, it's just like, dude, I don't even want to bother people. Like, I feel like me just talking to them would be bothersome, you know? And that thought always runs through my head. I'm like, damn, would I be imposing myself upon another too much if I were to go up and talk to them? And that kind of kept me from speaking until after things had, I guess, broken off between me and two people. And the craziest thing is, it happened within a week of one another. Like, first, it was the one that I guess you could say have spent more time with and became very fond of. All due to her having a misunderstanding of the situation, of a certain situation, and then her basically just acting like a child. And I guess also, yeah, some lies. And on top of that, I fucking let a lot of disrespect slide. And then on top of that, a week later, mind you, at that point, I like literally 2 days, no food. I just didn't eat at all. I had no hunger. I was just fucking beaten. Of course, I still went to the gym because I was like, fuck, I gotta at least do something. I wasn't like fucking crying or anything, but I couldn't function properly. And then afterwards, I went to, I guess, talk to a friend of mine. And me just being a genuine person, like a genuinely good person, I wanted to go roller skating with her because a few years ago I was supposed to go with her, didn't end up going. High school, shit like that, you know? And I was like, all right, let's go skating, blah, blah, blah. We went skating. I don't really take compliments very well, or they kind of just go over my head. They don't seem real to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's crazy, thank you. Yeah, nice. And long story short, within the span of a week, I ended up going to, I believe, her birthday party. I think it was 2 weeks. A week or two, I forgot. It's all fucking, it just, shit happened. I'm pretty sure it was a week. Because all that shit was just back to back. Excuse me. That protein shake, fuck. Just burping that shit up, can't even. Alright, we're not gonna finish that sentence. But anyways, yeah. So, talking to her, blah, blah, blah. Went to a birthday party. Mind you, all her family was there. I was just like an outsider pretty much. Like, she had no other friends there besides me. The rest were just, well, she had like 2. And then, yeah, she ended up kissing me. We were in the pool, whole family kind of watching, aware. Mind you, I'm already uncomfortable. Like, think about it. Muscular, handsome, black man. And then a bunch of white people. Like, that's her family's kind of cool though. So it's like, whatever. I do have one problem. I won't really discuss it here because, no, it's just, But I'm already uncomfortable. And then she puts her hands around, what's it called? My neck, blah, blah, blah. We kiss, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, like when the night was over, I was like, I had no idea you liked me like that. Cause me, I'm just chilling. Like, I was perfectly okay with us being friends, like platonic, you know what I'm saying? Cause she didn't really, like, I don't know, just whatever. She was a very cool person to kind of talk to. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't really have super lustful thoughts about her, blah, blah, blah. And then, mind you, right after, and she was the one that basically initiated the kiss, everything, fun time, all that, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, right after, yeah, I wanted to see if I actually liked you. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, the fuck does that even mean? Huh? And then she was like, yeah, I think we're just better off as friends. I was like, what? You're like, you did all of this in front of your family, right? Like, I felt honestly like embarrassed. I was like, damn. Like, you really just embarrassed me in front of everybody. That's crazy. And then that shit just back to back. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm getting fucking toyed with. I was like, damn, I already felt like shit. And now I'm going deeper into the shithole. Like, that is crazy. Excuse my language, by the way. My apologies. Excuse me again. Oh my god. Ugh, protein burst. Ugh, but that happened. And then things just broke off with her, and I was like, fuck. I am getting fucking hammered. I was like, dude, this is some unreal fucking character development. That's literally what I was saying in my mind. Like, I was in such a daze, bro. I didn't want to play video games. I didn't want to do shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And mind you, after the first girl I told you about, I think it was like literally a few days later is when my modeling started. And I finished I guess you could say like a little commercial and whatnot. And I was like, damn, this is wild. And seeing myself on camera the way that I saw myself, I was like, wow, that's me up there. It's like, what am I really doing here, you know? What's really the best course of action, blah, blah, blah. And like that shit. It allowed me to grow. Like that immense emotional stimulation of sorts, turmoil, allowed me to grow forward because it destroyed a piece of my anxiety. Like I started actually being able to talk to people because a part of me was like, dude, I don't even care anymore. It's like I'm just gonna talk to people. Like what's the worst that could happen anyways? And another thing is sometimes I see that part of me that was just ugly. It wasn't really attractive. And that also sticks within my head. It's like, damn, I wasn't always as attractive as I am. I don't really mean to sound like I'm tooting my own horn or anything like that, you know. But I'm a decently attractive guy now, like definitely above average. Like if I were to rate myself, I'd say, like just on looks alone, I could give 7.5 to 8, somewhere around there. And that experience, and it happened so rapidly too. Like just everything, just all at once, boom. And I was like, fuck. I was like, damn, I'm actually hurt. Like I almost had a scientific kind of perspective when I was having an awareness, or when I was just paying attention to myself, just reflecting. I was like, wow, this is probably the first time I've ever been hurt on an emotional level like this. Because I don't think I remember a time in which I got hurt to the point where I couldn't eat. Didn't even cry either. Like, it was just like, damn. Felt low, lower than I've ever felt. And that's the best way I could describe it. Like, I was dragging my feet, kind of, just going, not really caring. And then, next thing you know, that setback was like a fucking slingshot, bro. That shit ripped me back, who knows how far. Boom, released that tension. And then I started moving forward. And then I've done a few modeling gigs. After that, up to now, I started meeting people, very high status individuals too. You gotta thank the bro for that, because he kind of like, perfect timing, just pulled me out of the fucking dirt. Like, I was getting buried. I was getting fucking buried, man. That shit was crazy. And then on top of that, I started eating again. And then just more and more strength, over and over, just progressing. You know, I'm just developing myself now in a way. So far, mostly it's been on the physical. On a physiological level, actually, to be more precise. And now it's like, okay, we have what we need to really move forward. We have experiences under our belt. We got a certain little fire that's been lit. Now I just gotta keep adding to it and make that fire grow and start fucking trailblazing. Because honestly, I got to a point in which my goals just became stupidly ambitious. Like, it's not. I don't think it's healthy, because I don't even really want to speak about it, I'll admit though, I am a kind of quote unquote insane person, if you could say. Or I guess that's what you could describe me as. Nothing about my mind is normal. Not a single thing about it. And yeah, I have a very clear goal, which is very broad and can be narrowed down in a way. It's just, oof, so much happened in such a short span of time. It almost feels unreal. Like, genuinely unfucking real. But leading back to the video, I just want to focus for a year. Like, I haven't given enough of myself to myself to really be able to give any of myself to anyone else, you know? That's just how it feels to me. It's like, dude, you are suffering. You know you're suffering. You know the way out of suffering. And it's funny because in my mind right now, the way out of suffering is diving directly into it, into the deepest depths of it, deeper than I've ever gone, into the depths of suffering, into the darkness, into the dungeon, into the lab, whatever you want to call it, the crucible, just an ongoing arduous realm of pain. Honestly, I call it the Forge. Fitting name considering my name is Blade, but the Forge, you know. I'm the blacksmith, yet I'm also the sword. Hammering away, burning, molding myself into the being that I see myself. Because the being that I see myself as is just so great in my eyes. Like a superhero, damn near. Except I'd say I'm far from the hero, honestly. Not a villain. I have evil tendencies sometimes, but overall I'd say I'm a good individual. At least good. My heart's in the right place, I'd say. But yeah, there's just so much that I know I can do. I just haven't given myself the time to. So I guess I'm making a series, 365 days of focus. Or it's gonna be like day one out of what's it called, in the Forge. Or in the Crucible. I'll figure it out by the end of the video. Or by the time I make my next video tomorrow. But for all you guys who stayed and listened to me rambling, even though I have very frequent pauses, just want to say I appreciate you. And I guess stay tuned and watch me go from who I am now to someone far greater than anyone's imagination, even my own. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do with this year. I want to solidify myself as someone who is destined for greatness, with nothing that can deter me, you know? But yeah, 1 year of focus, 1 year without video games, without music, without anime. 1 year of just me working on myself. Working on myself. And I can work on myself in very many ways. And that's the best thing, so I don't think I'll even get bored. But developing myself into someone that I can truly be proud of, because despite the things that I've done, despite the progress I've made, I can't really say that I'm extremely proud of myself, or confident for that matter. Like, I just know that there's a lot of shit that I gotta do. that I haven't done. And that weighs on my mind very heavily. But anyways, if you want to, I guess, watch my journey, my transformation, stay tuned. And if you didn't subscribe already, you'll probably see me in your recommended again. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Stay up.